Hey, what's up guys, BYT Speaks here, and I want to talk about a little community post that I stumbled upon. So, someone by the name of The Geologist wrote about his little plan, which for the most part sounds like it came straight out of a manifesto. Anyways, I'll stop rambling on, and let's take a look right now. The first thing that this guy says is, friends, on January 6th, the Republic once known as the United States died, both literally and figuratively in a pool of blood in the Capitol. Representatives of both parties participated in its death. Okay, I want to stop right there to talk about something. First off, if there is someone to blame for the insurrection that happened at the Capitol, it is 100% the Republican Party and Trump. Trump had been pushing for this attempted coup d'etat ever since the day after the election. Whether it be through his debunked claims of election fraud or him telling Georgia officials to find enough votes to fucking overturn Biden's win, he has constantly attacked our democracy. However, while Trump holds a majority of the blame, Republican officials also should be put under the spotlight. Leading up until January 6th, sleazy Republican Party members such as Ted Cruz, the Rat, have led the charge in trying to change the outcome of the election. So get it right. If you need someone to blame, put the blame on the Republicans and Trump, not the Democrats. After that, he then goes on to say, I hereby declare the renunciation of my Republican Party affiliation. I also renounce my citizenship of the United States. I am currently without a party or country. Now, let's do a little mini game. If you guess correctly, you get put on a fucking FBI watch list. So, first off, number 1, is he no longer a Republican because he does not want to support the violence at the Capitol and plans on leaving America because he feels as if it no longer is the greatest country? Number 2, he plans on renouncing his Republican Party affiliation as well as his citizenship because he wants to secede from the United States, creating his own country where it is a one-party state with Republicans making all the decisions. If you guess number 2, you are correct, because he goes on to say the way to peacefully move forward now to avoid bloodshed is secession. I advocate a secession of my state, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, from the Union formerly known as the United States. I will participate openly in all efforts toward that end. I propose the formation of a new republic made up of those red states who still wish to adhere to the constitutional and foundational principles codified in the formation of the old republic. Reading this, a part of me wants to laugh and a part of me wants to just be like, scared and shit. Okay, first off, I want to say that in no way am I a legal expert who spends their days reading and analyzing the Constitution. However, with that said, even I fucking know that seceding from the United States peacefully is both legally and just based in common sense impossible. For this, we must look back in history and ask the question, why did the Confederacy, who seceded from the Union, have to go to war with the Union? Well, the reason why the Union didn't let the Confederacy peacefully just leave the United States is quite simple. Because of the 10th Amendment, which was passed in the late 1700s. Section 1 of it states, and I quote, no state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation. Therefore, the Confederacy would never be able to declare war with the Union, would never be able to declare themselves a separate state or a separate country from the Union because they were directly opposing the Constitution. Therefore, everything this guy says is literally impossible. You can't peacefully do it without getting any retaliation, without a war. It's literally impossible. It's written down in the Constitution. It is impossible. Moving on. Secondly, if I were you, I would take this post down really quickly, because the act of seceding from the United States, or taking part in it, or trying to, is literally considered a high crime. It is treasonous, bro. You could get sent to federal prison for this. So I would take this down, considering you're clearly not joking, and you're being dead serious. Okay, now, finally, those red states you talk about would never go along with it for one reason. They don't care. They never cared. They never will care. That's right, as much as Congress members such as Ted Cruz and John Kennedy want you to think they give a fucking flying shit about this election, they don't. Frankly speaking, they know that trumptards like yourself will vote for them since they backed up your dear leader Trump. Now, moving on to the reason why I thought this thing was so funny is because those red states are all super shitty. Why do you think no one wants to live in Montana or fucking Arkansas? Go ahead, get rid of those states. Do you think you would be able to beat out major states such as New York, California, and Massachusetts in terms of funding? Fuck no. Also, let's say that you do manage to peacefully secede from the United States in your imaginary LARPy world and declare yourself a foreign country. You have no allies. It would be very easy for the US to impose high tariffs on your dumb asses and get their other major allies in Germany, Brittany, Canada, etc. to do literally the exact same. Furthermore, you do realize that your country would slowly become something similar to China, right? Big companies like Nike, Amazon, and Apple would use whatever land the US pities, that you pity the US into giving you, to pollute your fucking air with all their factories. In the end, you would have to wear the fucking mask that you guys hate so much, or you would literally die of air pollution. Last but not least, you Trumpies are replaceable. Don't think that just because some of you are farmers and factory workers that the United States would fail. Did you forget about automation and how easily that would take away your jobs? Like, come on, man, some common fucking sense. This country that you would try to make is super 100% gonna fail. Then, his last claim. This all just got very real. There are those openly calling for war on many platforms. It is my wish this can be avoided. By seceding as free states, we retain our sovereignty and we proclaim our refusal to simply look the other way while our elections are stolen and our Supreme Court refuses to take up the cases. Where there is no redress of grievances, no lawful elections, and no respect for constitutional order, there can be no republic. I'd rather live a free man in a free and sovereign second-tier country in which I had a stake than be a debt slave in a corporatist oligarchy empire. Hell yeah, brother. Speak the truth. Anyways, that little impression I just did, I have to say this. Drink the fucking cyanide, bro. You're clearly in a cult at this point. And you need to look around and realize, holy shit, I'm literally saying we need to secede from the United States all because my dear leader Trump lost. Like, wake up, my guy. Like, even if you don't want to wake up from the cult and you want to stay sucking off Trump's dick, YouTube should fucking put an IQ test or something so innocent people don't have to get a brain tumor from reading this. Anyways, for those who are wondering, hey, maybe it's a funny joke and you're just over-exaggerating, you fucking libtard, it's not. He has a 2-hour stream where he explains in detail the meaning of this and why he believes it. Whatever. Yeah, that's all I had to go. I thought this thing was so fucking funny and a little bit scary. This fucking LARPer's probably gonna be on an FBI watch list. I'm BYT Speaks, and peace out.